All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the platform, episode 81. We are talking E3 and Nintendo and all kind of shit today. We do have a special guest in the house, but before I get into that, I want to shout out to Player One Coffee. You know what? Get that shit. Buy that shit. Player One Coffee is amazing. Just ask Mike. His ass been up for 7 days now in a row. But shouts out to Player One Coffee. But yeah, we got a special guest in the house. The Mr. BG from Weapon Wheel. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Glad to be on.
All right. Go ahead, give us your introduction. Shout out what you do, and then tell us what you're currently playing.
Weapon Wheel podcasts, where we go live on Sundays at 6:30 p.m. Talk about all the gaming topics from the previous week that went on. Been on YouTube hell of a long time. I think people know by now. So yeah.
For sure. Man, I'm glad to have you on, man. I'm super glad to have you on. So we're going to do a little chop it up. Hopefully you won't lose all of your lives today.
Hopefully. I'll see how it goes.
But I don't know. It depends on how that conversation goes. Next up, we got cool Cat Terri. What's up, Terri? Introduce yourself. Tell us what you're playing.
Hey everybody, it's Cool Cat Terri from Twitch. I played a little bit of Payday 2 for the very first time ever. And then I did a 100%, I'll say a full playthrough of Detroit Become Human the other day. Start to finish in one sitting.
Damn, how was that? Were you in your feels or what?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it was slow going. It was slow at the beginning. It was like you're just doing a lot of cleaning and a lot of mundane stuff. It's like, why am I doing this? But then it picked up. And then it picked up. It was good stuff.
Okay. So was it a lot of slow parts like that, or was it like mainly it was all pretty good?
I would say you're gonna have a couple hours of just doing very pointless shit. But it gets worth it. You gotta get past it. I don't know why they did it that way, but yeah, it's slow going in the beginning, but then it all comes together.
Okay. Cool. BG, did you say what you were playing?
Right now, I just rebeat Dark Souls 2.
Okay.
I'm trying to go through the DLC right now because there was like 3 pieces of DLC they released that the original version, you had to buy them separately. It came with the remaster. So, but like I put in so many hours into the game, it's like I'm burnt out, so it's hard to get through the DLC. So I'm like forcing myself. Same thing with God of War. I beat God of War on the hardest difficulty, which took like way extra time. So now like I'm burnt out of like doing the extra stuff, like the Valkyries. I beat like 7 Valkyries, and I only got to beat like 1 more in the Queen, I think. And it's like I don't even want to do it. I'm just completely burnt out. So yeah.
That's that hard ass difficulty. That shit make you go to trial and error,
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So I feel you on that. All right. What's up, everybody? My name is Danny. I'm the host here at the platform, and I've been playing a lot of Dauntless. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's this free-to-play game. It's called Dauntless. It's like Monster Hunter, kind of, a little bit. So it's compared to that. And I've really been sinking a lot of time into it. I mean, I love the combos and shit. The graphics is great. I've been playing a little bit of that. I've also I've been playing on my Nintendo Switch since here's a little backstory, BG. I won a Nintendo Switch, but I have no fucking games for it. You know what I'm saying? So I downloaded this game. It's like Pokemon something or some shit, and I've been playing that too since that's the only shit I got on my Switch. So. Yeah, let's get right into it. We're talking a little bit of Pokemon, a little bit of Nintendo, a little bit of E3. Let's start off with Pokemon first. So Nintendo of America has announced a new Pokemon. It's called like Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee edition or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's remakes of like Yellow and what was the other one? Yellow and Green or Red or one of them. But they're actually remakes. And you know what? When I first saw this announcement, I was disappointed because I really didn't see like a Pokemon battle. You know what I'm saying? It was just like all they kept showing was like that Pokemon Go shit. But you know, after I took another look at a different trailer that they had, it's actually a Pokemon game. It's almost like they combine the two with like Pokemon Go and then like actually that core Pokemon game for the system. BG, what I know you're probably not a Nintendo fan. I don't know, but how do you feel about that? With them combining those two franchises together?
I mean, I'm looking forward to the core Pokemon, which everybody told me this isn't it. You know, because when it first was revealed, everybody was like confused, wasn't sure like what the hell's going on. So this Pokemon Let's Go was like the Nintendo Switch version of Pokemon Go or Pokemon Go 2, pretty much.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't give a damn about this one, but the claimed Pokemon real game that's coming out 2019. I definitely care about that one. That would be a day one for me, but this one I don't care about it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I had to go back and just literally look at like the two trailers that were released for it just to understand it, because like you said, I thought it was a Pokemon Go just for the Switch, and I'm thinking, how the fuck can you do that? Because you need Wi-Fi and shit. There's no 3G or 4G Switch. So I'm like, you got to have a network to fucking do it. But it's just they just combine the two, which I think is it's kind of silly. I think they should have just went with just a remake. You know, just had the remakes first of Pokemon Yellow, and then just released the new core one in 2019. But they got to milk that shit. You know, Pokemon Go. Yeah.
Yeah. Pokemon Go Couch Edition.
That's what everybody was saying too, but I'm thinking, yeah, actually, it kind of is. It's just like they kind of made it so it's almost like a single player Pokemon Go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, it does have a co-op thing, because they were showing that before, that you could have a friend play, but I don't know if that's going to be online or local. But they did show that a little bit in the one trailer, that you could have a friend play with you, but the friend was sitting next to you in the trailer. So I don't know.
You're right. So that's what I'm saying. So
it might be a local thing. Yeah, guess what? You can battle your buddy if you have one next to you.
I'm just glad they're going back to the old Pokemon, the original, because I think the new concept of Pokemon, especially the most recent gen, they got completely ridiculous. Like, there's Pokemon based on like chandeliers, ice cream cones, garbage bags, and like someone showed me one on Twitter the other day, and I thought it was Photoshop. It was a keychain. I'm like, this is fake, right? He's like, no, it's a real Pokemon made out of a keychain. I'm like, man, get this shit out of here.
They started running out of ideas.
They're running out of ideas, dude. They got so many Pokemon. They're out of ideas.
Hey, you know when you run out of ideas when they all start looking like dicks. Like, a lot of the Pokemon started to be shaped like dicks. So it's like, y'all definitely running out of motherfucking ideas. You know, you need to kind of take a step back and kind of build on what you already have. Maybe just expand some of the current Pokemon. Just expand their repertoire instead of just creating a brand new one. Just add some additional powers. Maybe add some effects. Maybe some gemstones or something that kind of alters their effect or their abilities. I don't know. They did say that. They are going to have more information about the core Pokemon game at E3 during their little Treehouse Live and stuff like that. So I'm hyped as shit about that. If they're going to show something for real and they're really holding on to that to E3, that's where the hype is. Especially with Nintendo being successful too. That releasing, you're talking about system sales. If they show something and it looks really, really good, I guarantee Nintendo will just be rolling in the fucking dough.
It's gonna sell a whole lot. And Nintendo's game's gonna sell bank loads.
Millions of units because Pokemon is super supported. I think there was I think it was on Reddit where they had this, and it was like a fake. I think it was a fake leaked screenshot of the core Pokemon game, and it was like running on like Unreal Engine, and it was looking pretty fucking juicy. Have you seen that shit, PG or Terry?
It would be nice. It didn't. I don't think it looked too real. I mean, it don't even got to be the Unreal Engine to look good. You know, listen. I played the original Pokemon Blue and Red, and just coming from then to see what it is now, it looks, you know, whatever they do now is gonna look clean. They don't even got to use the Unreal Engine.
You know, I've always wanted Cyber Connect. You know, those guys who do the Naruto series. I would love for them to work with Nintendo on that RPG. You know what I'm saying? Like the animation and that cell shaded quality would be like fucking top notch if they worked with them. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of what my envision was. I'm with you on that. It doesn't have to be like real. Honestly,
it'll probably look very similar to this Pokemon Let's Go. Is what I'm thinking. They'll take away that Let's Go part where they're just capturing, and that's all you do is capture.
Hell no.
But that part will get taken out. But I think because you know in the trailer they did show you having your trainer and you're walking around or whatever. So I think it's gonna look like that because it did look really good.
Well, yeah, it looked good.
I think it's gonna look just like Let's Go. Just they're gonna have way more components to it than what Let's Go has.
I haven't played any recent Pokemon. So I honestly don't even know what the recent animations look like. I'm still used to kind of like the old animations of like the Pokemon just kind of moving, and you see I've seen like some of the
little static
images evolve. Yeah, I've seen some of the moves evolved, but I haven't played. I don't even know what the most recent Pokemon core game is. I lost track, but I want to get back into it with the Switch one.
It's Sun and Moon, I think, are and you know, honestly, I'm about to put myself out here, so let me just do this right now. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. All right, so let me just put that out here right now. PC gamers, you know, we can kind of manipulate things, and you know, I played Sun and Moon on my PC. You know, I know if Eugene is watching, you're probably gonna say I'm a fucking filthy pirate, but
you're a thief, yeah, definitely a thief.
But I
might do it next. Be real with you.
That's what I'm saying. Don't even trip. But you know, I was playing Sun and Moon, and actually, man, you know, when you're using certain software to play these games on your PC, you can always bump up the graphics, and I set it to like 4K with Sun and Moon, and it was looking pretty spiffy.
Asking for a friend. So what's the newest emulator?
It's called Citra. It's called Citra. Let your friend know it's called Citra. Citra.
Let my friend know. And it's easy to find the ROMs for like the Pokemon game and all that. Are they still called ROMs? They still call ROMs?
Yeah, well, I think they're ISOs now.
Okay, asking for a friend. Cool.
Yeah, and let your friend know that if they need, you know, those games, you know, I have a repository.
All right, cool. I might need that. He might need that plug.
Right. But I got your friend. Just let him know. But yeah, just looking at that, I have high hopes for that Pokemon title. Especially, you know, Nintendo does. They usually do take pride in their own titles. So I think it's going to be pretty fucking spiffy. Terry, I know you hate Nintendo, so what? When you
I don't hate Nintendo. They just don't have anything that appeals to me at this time.
Have you ever been a Pokemon player?
Nope, I never liked Pokemon.
You never liked it. What was the reason? Like, what was it? Just like you just couldn't get with some of the mechanics, or just never?
No,
really...
it's just. Remember, I told you I couldn't get into JRPGs as a kid. I hated them.
Oh, that's right.
I absolutely hated JRPGs. It just wasn't my genre, so I completely skipped all of them growing up.
I remember getting Pokemon Red and going the next day on Monday to elementary school, and everybody had theirs, and we would just sit at the lunch table and just compare our Pokemon, it was life. It was literally life.
Yeah, I had you know, my age is showing, but I had the old gray you know, Game Boy, and I had I think it was just Pokemon I don't know what the fuck one it was, but it was definitely in its early stages in its life cycle. But I was playing that one, and then I had a Game Boy Advance, and I was playing the Pokemon on Game Boy Advance. And then once again, hashtag PC, I had the emulators. And then I started catching up on a lot of the Pokemon games through that way. Because I never really... Go ahead.
I didn't play the games because I didn't like them. But I did watch the original Pokemon TV series. And I watched some of the movies that they had. But I couldn't get into the games.
See, I was always the other way. It was like I loved the games, but the anime, I was just... I mean, I liked some of it, but...
I remember as a kid, I think the big thing that got me to watch the cartoon was I liked Team Rocket. I thought they were hilarious. You know?
I think the game made the show trash because the game had like this way more serious tone. At least in my mind as a child, like the game was more serious. Like, yo, this Pokemon training is serious business. It's not a game. And the show just made everything like a joke.
It did. So, it took light of all of like the training and shit that you know, especially with all the grind you have to do in the actual game. It's like you kind of want that to kind of display on the cartoon too, but it ain't that way. It's like shit. Next episode they already in the fucking.
And as a kid, even though you know, like when you beat up Pokemon, it would say like the Pokemon fainted. In my mind as a child, I'm like, yeah, that dude's dead. That Pokemon's dead. Yeah. I would be like, yo, that dude's dead. Like, I would think I would be killing all of these things.
I was kind of thought about that too. I was like, damn, you know, the Pokemon faded. That means his ass is done, you know. Yeah. You know, but I played a lot of the games, and you know, when Nintendo said that they're actually doing like a core, I also thought about 3DS. It was like, damn, you know, 3DS is not even getting the game, so. You know, what does that tell you? You know, does that tell you that 3DS is dead now? Like, is it official that 3DS is done or what?
It's not, I would say it's not the primary handheld anymore. I mean, they're even because Nintendo's even releasing the Nintendo Switch dock without a dock. So,
yeah,
you know, that's got to mean that they're making this their main handheld.
I hope they have custom docks too, because you know I got this plain one, and now it's like shit. Now that I got one, I'm like, now I want to fix it up. I want to get some decals or something. I really wanted that Mario one. There was like a Super Mario edition of the Switch. It had custom UI and all that shit. What you have? You have a regular Switch, BG?
Me?
Yeah.
Right now? Yeah, I had the I had the regular Switch with the mismatch handles or whatever.
Oh, okay.
All right. I had that one.
I got the most boringest motherfucking one ever, dude. Look at this shit. So fucking boring.
I would rather have that one, honestly, than that weird teal and red that, you know, the one that he would have gotten. I didn't like the colors. Nah. I
don't know what was the point of it, really, having like two alternate colors. I'm like, it's stupid.
I know, but you know how they do it's gimmicky. You know, it's all about.
I guess they wanted to make sure you knew the difference from the right and the left. I don't know. I hope you're not colorblind.
I know, because then you're like, fuck. Well, no, you still have to kind of, when you snap it in, it kind of snaps in a certain way. If you can't get that, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. All right. So let's kind of, I want to move on from Pokemon, even though I am still hype about it. But I do want to kind of get more on like E3. And there's a lot of leaks that has been coming out for E3. And I kind of wanted to get you guys' opinion on E3 leaks kind of like dampening the hype for E3 as a whole. BG, let me start with you, man. Like, I know there's been tons of leaks every fucking where. What does that damage the actual like surprise effect for E3, or are you still that person that is still hyped no matter what?
Yeah, I'm still hyped no matter what, because you know, it takes away the maybe the surprise, but it doesn't take away the excitement for me. Like just to see it's confirmed, even if it's because everybody wants some rumors, you know.
Yeah.
It builds up the anticipation if you had an idea that something is going to be revealed at E3. Maybe we don't need to the extent of confirmation that we've been getting. Like Walmart is pretty much saying, like, you know, listen, this is going to be in stock at Walmart, so it's real. You know, they be confirming a little bit too much. We need like little, you know, little things that we can question that we not so sure about, like little sketchy photos and, you know, pictures and stuff like that that we can debate whether it's real or not. We need stuff like that, not these absolute confirmations. But it's still, I still be excited for it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's like you know, even though you see those leaks and you go, fuck, you know, I kind of wanted to do like predictions on it. I kind of wanted to talk, you know, about the shit. But then when you really think about it, some of that's not confirmed at all, you know. And, you know, looking at the schedules for E3, I'm like, some of that shit is definitely not happening for some of these leaks. Terry, are you, you know, when you see these leaks, does that kind of dampen your fun for E3?
I don't look at leaks. so
you just
so it doesn't dampen anything. I haven't seen the leaks unless, you know, Mike decides to tell me personally, and then I get a leak. But otherwise, I don't read the stuff. I don't follow any of that stuff. So.
What's up,
so yeah,
John,
the only time I get spoiled is when Mike has to, you know, blurt something out. Otherwise, I'm good.
I know he will fucking like blows. Hold on, Mike. Here we go. We about to do you right here, even though you ain't in the show today. We're gonna take that one from you because you do be blowing some shit out, and I don't understand why you do this, Mike. But you be spoiling the shit out of
He gets people so triggered. He'll go and he'll do like a spoiler post without telling people it's a spoiler post, and then they all get pissed off. It's like,
just
Mike,
post spoiler ass photos. It's like, what? It's like, come on, man, I wasn't fucking ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Shit. He did that shit with God of War. He had posted some photos. I'm like, fuck, Mike. You know I'm hurting. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe it. But, you know, I don't know. I mean, like I said, a lot of these leaks are not confirmed at all. I know, I think they leaked Assassin's Creed, but I think that's real. I think they officially announced Assassin's Creed. I think it's called Odyssey or something like that.
So soon after Origins?
Yeah, I thought that's
really soon. Like Origins hasn't been out, you know, that long.
Yeah, they said.
What was it? November, October? Was it?
Yeah, like what? 6 months? It's only been like 6 months, and they already got another one coming out.
They're probably going back to annualized, I guess. I've sworn off Assassin's Creed. I'm never playing one again.
What?
I loved Origins. I loved it. The other ones are pretty boring, but I loved Origins.
The whole franchise is just dried out to me now at this point. Just throw out the whole franchise, get something new. I'm done with it. Origins, I don't know, man. It felt like a chore to me. At first, I was like, this is enjoyable. I like the setting. It looks good. I still feel like they never, to me personally, I still feel like they never got the combat how I wanted it to be in Assassin's Creed. It was never how I wanted it to be. It always felt, some were better than others, but I always felt in some levels, all of them were clunky in a way.
Some of the auto win parries and shit, you know, that kind of got stale really quick. Because, you know, a lot of people were saying that it made Assassin's Creed easy as far as combat goes. You know, similar to the complaints with Batman, too. But, you know, I've always liked the Assassin's Creed franchise. I did get to a point where I thought it was super fucking stale, though. Like, when Unity came out, and Unity was a fucking mess, too. But when Unity came out, that story was boring as fuck. I mean, I was straight sleep playing Unity. And then they came out with the brother and sister. Well, I can't remember. I think Assassin's Creed.
That was when they was in London or whatever.
Yeah, London. Yeah. Now that one was better than Unity for sure. But that one still, I'm with you, man. That it seemed like it took even a step further back with the combat, and it was like real fucking cumbersome to try to, battle within the mobs of people. So I don't know.
The best one to me was still 2.
Oh, 2 was your favorite.
Yeah, that game was real good to me.
I think Assassin's Creed. What was Ezio? Brotherhood.
He was in 3 of them, right?
Yeah,
Well, he was in 3 of them.
Yeah, that first one he was in. I think it was Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Man, that shit was dope as fuck. Man, I loved kind of like that dark ass story. But it did get really fucking stale. But, if they're really going to announce a new Assassin's Creed at E3, I mean, it's like they really are going back to annualizing the franchise.
Rip you, Danny. Rip to you.
Why?
Mike just said that the people that made Unity are the ones making Odyssey. So you might
I'm not taking no life away from my mother. That ain't me. You know what I'm saying?
You might have a Unity too, my friend.
Here, I'll take that from Ubisoft. I'm not gonna motherfucking own that one. I'm not owning that one. That one is Ubisoft's motherfucking life loss. But yeah, if they got the same team from Unity working on Odyssey, I feel like this shit is a downfall already. It's already dead in the water. Because those guys cannot code well. I mean, Unity had so many fucking problems. Heads disappearing. The game straight up crashing on consoles and PC. Frame rate issues. It was like 20 frames a second on fucking console. And on PC, it was like 25 frames a fucking second. So it was all around a shitty port. I hope not. I think Mike trolling me. Yeah, I think he's fucking trolling me. I think he is. I think he's just like, man, I'm going to get this dude triggered. I refuse to let you trigger me today, Mike. So now let me go over what I wanted to do was go over E3 schedule here. And let's see. Mike sent it to me. Okay. So I think first up on June the 9th, it's Electronic Arts. Are you guys expecting anything from EA? PG?
With EA, the only thing I really care, as long as EA keeps making Battlefields, that's the one game I'll usually always support. Like Hardline was trash because that was made by Visceral, and they're not really, they're not really good at making those games. Mm-hmm. As long as they really keep making Battlefields, I'm okay, because I don't care about their sports. They usually highlight one indie game. They do this thing at E3 where they highlight one indie game. Mm-hmm. And what else? Everything else is like kind of
like sports, right? Isn't it like just a lot of sports and racing and shit?
My gosh, they push so many sports games on you. It's like the snooze hour. You know what I mean? You're gonna have that 1 hour of nothing but sports games that no one cares about because we know we're gonna get them anyway. You don't need to be at E3. We know we're getting the next FIFA.
And they're not that much different from year to year. So
it's like, yeah, we know we're getting FIFA. We know we're getting Madden. We know we're getting NBA. You don't need to tell us about it. We know.
Yeah, that shit was like that E3 press conference last year for EA was so trash. They had some cringy ass people on too. There was definitely some cringy ass hosts that they had. Remember that weird? It was some weird he was trying to be hip, but he actually came off as fucking nervous as shit. And he was trying to read the cue cards and he fucked up, and then. They brought one of those sports guys on, and he was fucking going on and on and on, like how he loves the sport, and he was just talking over some shitty gameplay. I'm like,
Oh yeah, because wasn't that that was the the game about actually liked the game, but yeah, dude was super. I was there. I think was I there at that E3 where dude was super nervous. It might have been at that one
because what he like he was fumbling his lines and shit. Like when they were
yeah,
trying to
you
cut
could tell like he was like really passionate about his game and he was nervous. I forgot what the game was called. I beat it. I liked it, but yeah, he was.
Dude, he was nervous as fuck. But you know, EA shit was just a travesty last year, so I'm not hyped about that at all. Next up, we got Microsoft. Microsoft is showing June 10th. That's Sunday, June 10th. They will be on at, looks like 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Terry, Microsoft, what are you expecting from Microsoft? Because you look like you are not expecting too much.
Well, most of the stuff that they're going to showcase is going to be, you know, multi-platform games. You know what I mean? So they'll, you know, they're going to show, you know, Battlefield, and they'll show Need for Speed, Forza, of course, because there's always a Forza. I don't know who's going to show Anthem, because I know that's EA, so EA will probably show Anthem, and then I don't know if Sony or if one of the consoles are going to showcase it too, just because they do that sometimes, but...
I think EA will probably hold that for one.
I know EA will definitely showcase Anthem, but they might do a small showcase with Microsoft, maybe. I don't know. I have no clue what else they're going to show. You know the expected stuff that they're going to show, but then they don't really have. Usually, they don't have anything too unexpected.
BG, what you think?
I mean, I'm not expecting anything. I think they're going to have a few surprises, maybe. Well, I don't know if it's a surprise at this point, but like Dark's. I mean,
I'm not sure.
My Alexa just talked. The hell am I thinking of? Perfect Dark. My bad. I said Dark. Perfect Dark.
I did see that on that leak that they talked about Perfect Dark.
Yeah, I'm expecting a Perfect Dark. Nothing, because you know everybody's still looking at this Microsoft E3 like, you know, it's do or die. I don't think they're gonna do anything to change, you know, the narrative of how things are going for them. At best, they can have a E3 where people look back and be like, they didn't do as bad as, you know, it wasn't as bad as we thought it could be. And allegedly it's going to be 2 hours. And I don't think the 2 hours is going to be probably like a whole bunch of third-party content. So, you know, we'll see.
I think there was another leak on Reddit where they said that I guess they're going to have like a 20-minute playthrough of something on stage, which will be kind of sweet. If it's a, you know, if it's something that's very anticipated, you know, or something
as long
that's
as it's not, surprise. As long as they don't do what they did last year, where they had the guy sitting on the sofa and the camera was looking at like the actual monitor. Don't do that crap again.
I know.
Guys.
I was like,
don't do that shit. That was horrible. And we're just why are we getting like the shoulder view of the guy playing with the no? Put the damn thing on the giant big screen.
Right.
I don't even want to see the guy playing. Okay, he don't matter. Just show the damn gameplay.
Right. They did pan a lot to that dude. Like I didn't understand that. But you know, if Microsoft does have like a kind of like a 20-minute play through of a game. I'm interested to see what game it is. I mean, if it's Crackdown, can we really sit through 20 minutes of Crackdown at Microsoft's press conference? I don't know.
They better make it impressive.
They better make that shit amazing.
They gotta bring that hype back, because that hype is pretty dead for that. But.
And I hate it for Microsoft too, because I love when E3 is competitive. You know what I'm saying? I love when all the major players have shit to show. You know what I'm saying? Because that makes a great E3. But you know, I hope Microsoft has something. You know, up
let's
their sleeve.
Hope they have a new IP that, you know, is really good. That's all we can hope for.
They did reach out to some Japanese developers too, so there could possibly be some sort of RPG maybe that they're showcasing. That they're not talking about, or you know, maybe some action game or some shit like that. I hope so. I hope Microsoft does come with something because I would like to kind of see some real fucking competition at E3 instead of just like PlayStation dominance and shit.
Yeah, it's always PlayStation and
well,
for
Nintendo
me,
sometimes.
it's usually
Nintendo,
PlayStation and Ubisoft. Like Ubisoft always makes me so mad, but they always have so many really cool, awesome games.
That's true.
And then they come out broken. So, you know,
it's sabotaged.
Because I do expect Ubisoft to, hopefully show more for Skull and Bones. I do want to see more on that.
Hell yeah, Ubisoft is what? Monday.
We'll probably see the Division 2, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't have Division 2.
That. That's officially announced, right? Division 2?
They confirmed it's in the... Yeah, it's not surprised that they're making it. I never liked the first one, though. I couldn't play it.
I liked the first one to a certain point. But then, you realize kind of what it really is. And it's like hollow as fuck. It's super shallow. But, when that first little bit of playing, I would say my first, like... honestly, probably about 15, 20 hours was pretty good. But then after that, you could really tell that, any time after that, it was just going to be straight up fetch quests, kill this, come back, and then, some of the unlocks were fucking garbage too after a certain point. So, I don't know. But if they fixed all those problems, Division might be kind of dope if they do fix that shit.
Yeah, I definitely, especially wanted to play it since, it was based in New York. But I was like, even that's not good enough for me to play it.
You looked at it, you were like, this shit.
Yeah, I'm home. I'm like, oh, it's home. And I want to play it. I want to like it. I tried to force myself to like that game. I couldn't do it, man.
Damn. Terry, you liked it. No, Terry.
Spider-Man always showcases New York very well, though.
Indeed.
So.
It does.
So what was your question?
I'm thinking, since you said Spider-Man, is it coming out before? No, Spider-Man comes out after E3, right? It's like September or some shit like that.
I think it's in the fall.
September, yeah.
So Sony's gonna show fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah, they'll show Spider-Man.
Next up, we got Bethesda. They are same day, June 10th. They will be on at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. Bethesda, they're so hit and miss though. Sometimes they show some amazing shit. Like when they debuted Skyrim, I mean that shit was an amazing reveal. But then that last E3. I don't know. It was like, remember they showed like that VR version of Fallout 4 and it was like some weird carnival or some shit. BG, what you think of Bethesda?
Bethesda is like one of my favorite studios, but it's weird because they're one of my favorite studios, even though I probably don't like most of the games they release. I'm not really a Skyrim fan.
Really? I love Skyrim.
No, I don't like Skyrim. I didn't like Doom. I thought Doom was I love Wolfenstein. So it's like half and half. I loved Wolfenstein, hated Doom. I loved Evil Within. I hate Fallout. So it's like always half of the games. They make a whole bunch of franchises I do like and a whole bunch I don't like.
I think what it is just the ones that you do like are great. Fallout. I think it was the ones. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like the ones that you really like. It's like you really like them. It's not just like they're okay. It's like probably some of your favorites. Like out of all of those ones that you like, what's your favorite out of those?
Probably right now. I would say probably have to say the Evil Within. Like I really like that, and so it's Evil Within, Wolfenstein, and Dishonored. I liked all of those. So. The others,
Preston, he loved Dishonored. Preston on our show, he loves Dishonored. So I like Dishonored. I like Dishonored a lot. I think my favorite, like I said, is Skyrim. I love Skyrim. I liked Evil Within, even though Terry will tell you I'm a motherfucking straight up bitch when it comes to scary games. It's just I love the scary game. I love scary games. I love that scary genre. I don't know. It's like I got bad nerves. You know, and it's like when I'm playing the fucking game, it's just like I feel like my nerves is on end and I can't stand it. But definitely, Bethesda, they're doing their thing at 6:30.
I am curious about the Rage too. I mean, I didn't really play much of the first one. It was alright. I couldn't really get into it, so I'm kind of curious to see if they're going to change the formula for it or not.
I didn't play it at all, but it didn't look bad. It seemed like
I didn't like the first one. Like I
liked it.
I couldn't finish it. I couldn't.
I liked it. The ending was a ripoff, though. The ending was almost like, I don't know, it was almost like an arcade game and shit. But you know, spoiler alert. But I don't know. The ending was terrible. But I did like the core gameplay of Rage.
I liked how the enemies would they wouldn't just run at you and be like
great AIs
like other games. These ones would like use the environment and like parkour and jump at your face and do all kinds of climbing into the ceiling and like doing all this weird stuff. So it's like I did enjoy that. It was different. Versus, they're gonna run around the corner. I just stay here and watch the corner and just take them all out as they come around the corner. Like true, how many other games we played where you just post up and you watch all the NPCs come around the damn corner and you just shoot them all down. You know what I mean?
That's down there every fucking game. The shitty AI.
You know what I mean? So I did like that little concept that they put in. It was different.
Yeah, I mean they did hop from like cover to cover. They were like jumping across shit and putting shit in front of them so you can't shoot them. Hell yeah, I did like that aspect of the game. So if they do expand on that, I know they said that the game was going to be like gigantic this time, like it's super open and shit like that. And I think the last game, I mean, it was kind of open, but it wasn't necessarily an open world game, but it did have open vistas in some parts of the game. But they said this one is 100% open. So I think they are kind of doubling down on that dynamic that, each AI has their own like thought process and they can kind of manipulate the environments as they see fit, which would be pretty fucking cool if they can make it last, if they can make it stick. Because that ending was I was triggered for like motherfucking a month behind the goddamn ending of Rage. And I couldn't believe it. It was like this game, all this lead up, and then the end. I'm not going to say it, but it was almost like how you beat a game in the arcade, and it's just like nothing. That's what it was. Okay, same day, Devolver Digital. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Devolver Digital, but they do a lot of like, kind of like indie style. I mean, they have some like Guacamelee. You said what?
Hotline.
Yeah, Hotline Miami and shit. And their show is usually kind of like weird and fucking not really like a press. Yeah, have you ever seen that shit, BG? It's not really like a press conference.
Their show, I think they try to make their show like a parody of E3.
Yeah.
So it's not really worth watching. So it's like they're doing a parody because they kind of realize like some silly tropes of E3. And I don't think you really need to watch a Devolver, E3 conference. Whatever game they reveal, you'll see it. You don't really need like a deep dive into it. You'll see it and you know.
That's true. It's like you already know. It's like you don't really need to tune in. You just go to some website and just look at the trailers that they release.
Yeah, look at the quick trailer of it.
Yeah, because their show actually kind of sucked. But all right, so Monday, Square Enix, they will be on from 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time on June. They also will be on June 12th as well. So they're doing like a 2-day thing, but their main thing is on the 11th, that Monday. Square Enix. They're hopefully they show something with Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I don't think they're going to show shit about that.
They better show, Final Fantasy VII, because I know people have been hyped about that since they announced it, what was it, like 2 years ago? Mm-hmm. Was it 2 years ago already that they announced that they were going to do that? So they better have something to, come up with that now. But my most important thing that I want to see from them is Tomb Raider. So I want to see the end of the trilogy, the Origin trilogy there. So
didn't
show something good, please.
So, and Tomb Raider, the new Tomb Raider is officially announced. They showed like that teaser kind of trailer. It wasn't really gameplay, but they did talk about the game, and they said that they're making this one kind of like the hardest fucking game ever.
Nice.
Yeah, what you think about that? Like, BG, have I know you've played some Tomb Raider games. Do you think they were easy, or you think it could use a little bit of difficulty?
So I've been a big fan of all the Tomb Raiders from the original. I know the reboots. The reboot ones I haven't found hard at all, really. They could, you could throw on some extra difficulty on there. Wouldn't be bad. I would probably say the originals were definitely hard in the sense that they didn't hold your hand. You had to like figure out everything to do. Probably I would say the hardest one I remember was like maybe Revelation or something like that. But that's it. But none of them were really like super hard.
I know the older ones were kind of hard though. Like the old one, and I think that could be attributed to sometimes mechanics and shit too. But it was hard. It wasn't as easy. Like trying to shoot that fucking tiger was like, that shit pissed me the fuck off trying to kill that goddamn tiger in the first one. So if Square Enix wanna bring her out. I say show a trailer with real gameplay, so I can see how hard you guys are trying to make this shit. I hope they play on that too. We talked about Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII remake. Mike said it's gonna be there. I don't think it's gonna be there. I think
it would be, if they do have it there, it's going to be probably the biggest highlight outside of Kingdom Hearts 3, is if they showcase anything for Final Fantasy VII, that's where it's going to be, because their stock went up that very night when they announced that they were making the damn remake. So
they did.
If they can show something for those fans, it would be very good for them.
Definitely need to show some Kingdom Hearts. So they're going to have that showing as well. I think Square Enix may have a surprise. They always they have this one RPG studio that they purchased that just concentrates on like the old school style of RPGs. They did like Lost Sphere and all these other games. I think they may have like a secret. I'm thinking Chrono Trigger. I'm thinking. I think they're going to do it this year. I think they're going to come out. They're going to say, look, we're going to have our RPG. I think they're called Tokyo something. And we're going to have them do Chrono Trigger. I think that's what's about to happen. And if I see that... What you say, BG?
I don't think we're seeing no Final Fantasy, though.
That's where I'm at.
I think that's still far away.
Yeah, I think
it's still in development hell.
Final Fantasy VII, hell yeah, because when you do remakes, man, a lot of shit gets kind of like denied, especially when you're changing something like that. I think they said they were changing the battle mechanics too. It was going to be like real-time combat, kind of like Final Fantasy 15. I don't know about that. I think they should go turn-based with it. But maybe, like you're right. Maybe it's in development hell. Maybe they show what they had and they were like, fuck no. Do not show this shit to any consumer. And they probably scrapped it and redid it and scrapped it and redid it. And I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't think they're showing fucking Final Fantasy. If they do show a Final Fantasy, of course, it's going to be some virtual console
teaser.
Shit.
It'll just be a very, very minute teaser trailer.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They'll flash Final Fantasy VII. That's it. And it'll be no gameplay, no picture. It'll just be Final Fantasy VII is coming. Let's see. Who else we got? Terry, I know you said Ubisoft. Yeah, Ubisoft, same day, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday, June 11th. Okay, it looks like they're also doing kind of some stuff on the 12th as well. But yeah, Ubisoft. Now, like you said, Terry, Ubisoft's press conference is usually pretty fucking dope. They usually have some.
I love theirs. They always have a really, really good press conference. Like, I've always been impressed with the games that they showcase. So.
They do, and they know how to show those camera angles.
They do. They do.
The camera angles be the shit.
You saw me last year when they were showing Skull and Bones.
Hell
I was like,
yeah.
take the money. I want it now. Just take it.
When they showed their ship pan across the camera and it was looking all fucking detailed and shit. Hell yeah. And everybody was like, oh shit. It's a fucking pirate game.
Yeah, like I still to this day do not understand why everybody had so much hype for Sea of Thieves when they literally showed Skull and Bones the same year at E3 and it looks so much better. Like that's the one I've been hyped for.
Here's the thing, though. Sea of Thieves honestly was hyped too. I mean, it was the thought of having like this super adventure. You know what I'm saying? With like pirate swashbuckling.
I'm gonna be adventuring the sea, the open sea in Skull and Bones. That's gonna be my adventure.
And Ubisoft always, they already had the experience because of the different Assassin's Creed, where it pretty much was Sea of Thieves built into that. It was a better sailing game way before Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
And Sea of Thieves is a dedicated game about pirates. When Assassin's Creed wasn't even dedicated to that, and it was still better than that in that way. And yeah, I mean, I even said that Skull and Bones looked better than Sea of Thieves when I saw it, and people were saying like it's not comparable. I'm like, it looks comparable to me. It looks like it has the same concept.
Yeah.
With just one looks way better.
Yeah, they both have ship battles. I mean, they're both pirate themed. I mean,
it's online.
What don't you compare?
That shit, like I said, that ship that they showed it looked so good on Skull and Bones, and I think they showed a little bit of kind of like some battles, right? They showed a little bit of gameplay, and it was looking pretty fucking juicy. So, Ubisoft, I know they're gonna bring that. They're gonna have a couple of surprises. They're gonna have. Go ahead.
The Crew 2 releases June 26th.
So
they might showcase a little bit on the Crew 2 since E3 will be before it comes out.
They're going to show that.
Maybe they'll have some special thing where you can get like early access, or maybe you get like a little special thing in the game. I don't know what they're going to do. But I'm sure there'll be something covered on the Crew 2.
And Assassin's Creed, I think they're gonna talk about that new one that got leaked. But I hope I hope that they have something like a surprise, something that's not known. I hope they have that. This is a new IP. Our guys been working on it for 3 years. Here's this, and it's something fucking amazing. So I hope they do that. Next up, you know what? And I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna take another life just for us PC guys here. And I'm a big man to admit it. PC Gamer Show, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, June 11th. PC Gamer Show is fucking terrible.
Terrible.
It's terrible. I always try to hype myself because I'm a PC guy. And it's like, I always try to hype myself on the show at E3, and it's like, what the fuck is this shit? It's...
They don't really have much to show. I mean, okay, like, sometimes there is that one PC exclusive that you can show that might have broad appeal, but most of the time, most of the years, you don't. And even and they're probably going to be on consoles eventually. And it's like, what do you really show that the other conferences?
Yeah, because PC usually just get all of the like third-party shit.
Yeah, multiplats.
Yeah, multiplats, and then they do get some like you said. There's usually one game where they show it, and it's like, oh shit, okay, you can only do that with PC. You know what I'm saying? But like outside of that. Go ahead.
Yeah, and you can show graphics cards and hardware, but hardware isn't really something that people are gonna like.
Yeah, PC. Yeah, we're not watching it for that. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to see what the fuck, as far as software goes, because you already know it's so many different types of graphics cards and fucking keyboards and mice and monitors and all this shit. It's like, I didn't come here for this. I want to see some gameplay and maybe some real exclusive PC exclusives or shit. Let's see. Okay, and then Monday. So Monday's pretty jam packed too. Sony is gonna do their thing on Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Sony talked a lot about their E3, which is very, very surprising because usually you try to keep that shit under wraps. But they've talked a lot about E3. Days Gone, they kind of gave up a little schedule. I don't know if it was a leak or not, but it was like their schedule kind of leaked, and it was like Days Gone and a bunch of different games, and they did themselves, like on IGN and all these other websites, did mention a lot of E3 shit, Spider-Man. So, Terry, do you think that, you know, them talking a lot about their E3 plans, does that kind of spoil it for Sony?
No, because Sony's still going to bring it with something.
You think so? You think they got something cooking?
Sony always brings it. Like, you know, it's like when it comes to the conferences, like I said before, Sony and Ubisoft always have the best conferences. In my opinion, anyways. They always bring it. So, but a lot of the games that Sony will show, though, not all, you know, like Spider-Man's theirs, but there's going to be quite a few multi-plats, too, that they show that they get all the credit for. It's like, but Microsoft has those, too, you know? But no one thinks about it. They just see, oh, my God, Sony's got all these great games. Yeah, so does everybody else.
I know, that's true.
But they still get all the hype and all the credit for it because they show it at E3. So it's interesting.
I think Sony could come out with something, though. You're right. I think Sony could have that back pocket game, you know. Where
they have so many, you know, I don't even know how to word it. They have so many different studios that they work with, and, you know, developing teams and stuff that they own the rights to so many different games and things that they can. Their library is big enough to where they don't have to worry. You know what I mean?
Well, I can tell you there is one game I am super hyped that I think they're going to show because they did mention it, and that's this game called Lost Soul Aside. Have you ever heard of that, BG?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen it. The game, it was pretty much being worked on by one dude for years.
For years, yeah.
Sony caught wind of it and they picked it up. So it's gonna. I know it's gonna be exclusive for PS4 for a while and may expand to others eventually. But that's a big game, I think, to pick up early. It looks amazing.
Yeah, it's PC and PS4 first, and they said they're branching out to, I think, Xbox. And even the developer said he was interested in Switch. He said he has a dev kit. You know, that would be amazing to see Lost Soul Aside on the fucking Switch. Like, how is that possible? You know, but that would be simply amazing. But that game right there, now they show that at E3, I'll be good. Like, let me see the new core Pokemon. Let me see Lost Soul Aside. And maybe some secrets in Ubisoft's press conference, and then I'll be satisfied with E3.
Because my buddy Quiet is here now, I have to say we got to see some Last of Us 2 for my man Quiet, because that's the biggest thing he wants to see. If he doesn't get no Last of Us 2, he's gonna riot and he'll boycott the E3 forever. So.
I hope that they do show more of it, and I hope it creates more controversy too. Because remember all that phony ass outrage they had with the trailer they showed at the last year's E3. It was like, first of all, they thought the chick was too fucking buff, which she was kind of buff. But her, you know, lady, you know, women getting hurt in video games was like this big ass fucking topic, and you know, how dare you kill a woman in a game and shit. And it's like, bitch, don't you know women been dying in games for fucking time immemorial? Like, that's just been going down.
Yeah, I guess they don't care, you know, if the women are, you know, running around with guns, kicking ass with their tits hanging out. That's fine. But the moment you make them muscular and badass, you're gone too far. You know, it's whatever.
You know, so I hope they double down. I hope that they show a trailer that is like, when they first pull it up, it just says something like mature audiences or some shit. And they tell you to be, you know, discretion be advised and shit. And they show just like a head rolling. Like, I hope that's what they do. I hope they come really strong with that Last of Us trailer. And some gameplay too. I would love to see some gameplay on that. The developers talked a lot about evolving the gameplay too. Go ahead, Terry.
I want it to be more of an action trailer this time, because last time when they teased it, you know, they had the one trailer with Ellie just kind of sitting on a bed, you know, playing her guitar. You know, it was calm, and then after that they showed the one with the chick, you know, tied up. You know, so this time I want to see something more action packed. Okay.
Because I think they did that the other stuff before because they were so early in development. It was like, oh, this not ready. We're not ready to show no gameplay. I think they have had a lot of time since the last thing, and they're gonna show some real gameplay.
I think so too. I think they're actually gonna double down. That's what I said. I hope they double down on the gore. You know, fuck the critics. Sometimes you got to take a chance, a real chance. And you know, if women is getting wrecked up in that motherfucker, they're getting wrecked. I mean, look, women can be those fucking monster things that's The Last of Us. I don't know if you call them zombies, but
no, they're infected. You're gonna get quiet. Triggered. They're infected.
Excuse me. Sorry, quiet. The infected. You know, there's women that are infected. You know, it's not like it fucking doesn't, you know, infect them, and they get wrecked constantly. I mean, you know, they're part of the, you know, enemy species in the game. So I couldn't understand all the outrage, but I hope they double down on that. Let's see what we have. I think finally Nintendo. Nintendo is Tuesday, June 12th. They're gonna do I think another Nintendo Direct, and then they will do a Treehouse Live like announcements and live play demos and shit. Nintendo has like everything to gain. I mean, if they show Pokemon and it is looking amazing, whether it's amazing cell shaded beautiful animation, whether it's looking like, you know, Unreal Engine type shit where it's like individual hairs and shit. You know, as long if they can show that core game where they say, hey, we're not sticking fucking Pokemon Go in this one, or we're not putting any gimmicks in this shit. It's an actual core, you know, system. You know, core game you can play on your system at home or on the go. Nintendo would kill it. You know, it would damn sure be up there, especially if Sony.
Nintendo's the only one that can have the most boring ass press conference ever. But their games will still bring it in sales because they're so highly anticipated and, you know, well done. You know, so it's like they don't even need to do a press conference really, because some of those press conferences are just, it's like a board meeting. It's like, why am I here? You know?
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I still remember the one from like 2 years ago where they had the two guys just sitting on a damn bar stool talking, and I was
fucking atrocious. That was fucking atrocious. I was like, yeah, that shit was terrible. You know, but the tree houses are kind of like that though. They're kind of a little fucking boring. You know, I mean, it depends on what they're playing. When they showed the new Metroid on 3DS, that shit was looking dope. You know, and I was loving the playthroughs on that. But then they were showing a lot of Splatoon, and I'm like, I mean, I'm not hating on Splatoon or nothing. I can't really say I don't like the game because I never really played it. But it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't want to fucking see Splatoon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see
I just remember when they showed ARMS, though, at E3 last year, everyone was hating. But then, you know, Leon and Mike, they jumped on that hype train when it came out.
I ain't gonna lie, I downloaded the demo for myself.
They flip-flopped so quick.
They did. They were like, fuck ARMS. You know, what about legs? Remember, we were going ham on that shit. And then, like, all of a sudden, the motherfuckers played it, and it was like, oh, this shit is actually kind of dope, actually. I downloaded the demo. And I've been playing it myself. And, you know, I must say, like the feedback on just like throwing punches and shit like that, it feels kind of good actually. I'm surprised how you know how good the controls were in that game. So, you know, maybe I am wrong. Maybe I need to just kind of fucking see it for what it is and hope to God they have a demo so I can test the shit out. But Nintendo did say that they're also going to have a lot of goodies for like Switch owners and shit. During E3, a lot of downloadables and stuff like that. So I'm kind of hype about that shit too. I wonder what it is. Probably a bunch of demos they're going to release after their Nintendo Direct. And you know they have those boring ass dudes say that shit during the Treehouse lives. They were like, "Go right now and you know download this fucking sticker for Mario Odyssey or something."
They're going to showcase more of that damn Nintendo Labo crap.
Please no.
That's what you're going to get. We're going to get the next edition of the Labo stuff.
Fuck Labo.
They definitely cater to their audience. So I've seen like Nintendo fans just get excited for stuff that you don't feel nobody should really be getting excited for, just minor things. But Nintendo fans, they're like amazed by it, and so it works. It works, I guess. Like I don't know, I think they're easily pleased or whatever. I don't know.
There was like this one sushi game they were like all hype about. I'm like, really? You just fucking like stand in a fucking corner and you slice sushi. Like, really? This is what you fucking hype about? Like, I don't know. You know, they need to bring Pokemon. Let us get Pokemon in a surprise, and E3 will have done their Nintendo will have done their job for E3. You know what I'm saying? They will have literally just clocked in and out on time. If they just show those motherfucking two, they will be good to go. All right, so that was everything at E3. Our next show we're gonna do kind of like I don't know. I think I'm gonna do the Wheel of Misfortune next show. So it'll be E3. I think that'll be the right before it starts. That'll be a week right before it happens. So we're gonna do a special show for that. Let's see what else.
They want to know the date for when E3 is, and they're also asking about what we think of Black Ops 4.
Okay, so E3 starts Saturday, June 9th. So that is the beginning of E3. So, just pay attention to all the websites that you follow. They'll have hella live streams like IGN and all the Dual Shockers and everybody else. They'll have those live streams, those fucking like interviews that you don't usually see on stage. So June 9th is the beginning of E3, and it looks like, well, it doesn't end June 12th, but that's the last of all the major press conferences and everything. Then after June 12th, there's usually like a week long of floor coverage. And any, Twitch, IGN, Dual Shockers, GameSpot, they'll all have shit that you can watch. So you'll definitely get a chance to see a lot. And then what was the other question?
What we all think of Black Ops 4.
Black Ops 4.
I'm a Battlefield guy.
Yeah, Battlefield guy. I don't like Call of Duty, man. I've never been really a fan of it. I like Battlefield. Go ahead.
We did discuss it last week. So I mean, I know there's going to be the core fans that are going to love the multiplayer, and then there's going to be the core fans that only do zombies, so they're going to have their thing. So I think they're going to be happy. I don't really play the game too much. I was more into the campaign, and they axed it out, so it's not going to appeal to me at all.
What about the Battle Royale?
Nope. I hate Battle Royale. Doesn't matter what game you put it in, I ain't playing that shit. Like, they put that in freaking Crossout, and guess what? I ain't playing it.
BG, what you think of the Battle Royale in Call of Duty?
I would play just to try it out, just out of pure curiosity to see how Call of Duty would do Battle Royale, because in these other games, like, Call of Duty is kind of like this game that's about quick kills. Quick in and out. Rounds be like 5 minutes, right? So it's like, and with these, and I'm like, are they adjusting health? Because it's not supposed to be like that where you just can, shoot somebody 3 times and they're dead. That's not how these Battle Royale games work. And they got like health potions and stuff like that. So I'm like, what changes are you making to actually make it feel like a Battle Royale and not just Call of Duty last man standing? You know what I'm saying? So I'm curious about it.
I'm a little curious about it, but even then, I'm still thinking like, shit. It's Call of Duty's toxic ass community. It's like, do I really want to venture into that?
Oh wow, that Battle Royale is gonna be so toxic.
Battle Royale community gonna be
my god, yeah, no, I don't want
cancer up in this motherfucker.
I'm staying far away, far away.
So as soon as you log in, you'll be hearing, bitch, N-word, fuck you, your mama. That's all you're going to hear and shit. And everybody's going to be like 10 years old, talking straight shit. And I'm going to have to break my motherfucking keyboard because I'm pissed because this dude says shit and now I'm fully triggered. And he's on me 5, playing fucking Call of Duty. Call of Duty, I don't know. I'm not hyped for it. Will they probably show more E3 of Call of Duty? Probably somewhere in some facet, in some form. Will they show Battle Royale at E3? Probably. Does anyone care? Not me, but probably there's people out there.
Yeah, those hardcore COD fans are probably going to eat that shit up. They're going to love it.
It's just fucking terrible.
Battle Royale's that hotness right now. Everybody wants it, and everybody pretty much has it now. So I'll pass.
But BG, you said you trying it out. You actually gonna test it out. You gonna give it your eyes.
I'm not. I have no intention of actually buying the game, but I would like to try it out.
If they put Battle Royale in your Battlefield, how would you feel?
I have no problem with things being a mode, right? I said as long as I would have an issue if they tried to make every game a Battle Royale game. But if you just make it a separate mode, I got no issues with that. I just won't play it if I don't like it.
Do you care about the story, the campaigns?
In Call of Duty, yeah. I actually, in Call of Duty, I like the campaign more than multiplayers. I've beaten every Call of Duty campaign except Ghost. And the multiplayers, most of them, I just played 2 matches and put it down. I never liked the multiplayer.
What about Battlefield campaigns?
Oh, Battlefield campaigns, I love Battlefield campaigns and multiplayer. I played Battlefield.
So what if the next one, not this one coming out, but the next one after that, what if they take a lead from, Activision with, COD, Axing campaign, and they make a Battlefield that has no campaign, it's just Battle Royale mode, and then your regular top, multiplayer modes that are the most popular, and that's it. That's all you have.
I wouldn't like it because I think I like the war stories. That's pretty much what Battlefield has been doing. It's these quick appetizers of a campaign from different perspectives that you could beat it in 6 hours. But it feels so satisfying, right? There's no filler in it. So I actually really enjoy the war story. So I would still buy it because I would still play the multiplayer, but I don't want them to get rid of the single player.
Yeah, I think they said there is no really single player story for the new Call of Duty.
No, they took it out. There's no story at all.
So it's a lot of those people as yourself, BG, fans of that story element of Call of Duty, the quick, let's tell a good quick story, 5-6 hours, get you in and out. You'll feel like it's a complete story. All those fans of that with Call of Duty, they said, fuck you. What we're gonna do is we're gonna try to monetize Call of Duty as much as possible. So we're gonna
I get why they did it though, because when you look at the hardcore audience for COD, most of them are strictly multiplayer. I have encountered so many, COD people that will even admit that they never even loaded up the story once. So I get it. They probably see that if majority of our core audience isn't playing it, we're just wasting, money and time putting something in that isn't even being looked at. It's disappointing for me because I only play it for the campaign, but, I'm not their core audience.
Right, that means you're not playing that shit.
Yeah, I'm not their core audience. I'll play COD for a week or two and then I'm done with it. And then you have other people, like Joel, who will play that stuff for a year or more, nonstop. That's who they're appealing to, and those people don't play the campaign.
What's up, Bobby? What's up, Fire Archer? Bobby Schmidt says, why would anybody buy Xbox One when it was built to collect your information with Kinect and PS4 was built for gaming? Part of that is actually true. Microsoft did. That was really weird. And they kind of got sued for it, too. They were collecting your movement data, your body movements with Kinect, and they were sending that information to certain governmental entities, which is kind of some Illuminati conspiracy shit. But Microsoft got called out on that. Is Microsoft built for gaming? Xbox built for gaming? Yeah, I think it is. I mean, Xbox is a game system, so I think it's built for gaming. I think they just made us some decisions that weren't great. Canceling Scalebound was a terrible decision because that was kind of like a marquee, this single player experience, for Xbox, and they made some terrible decisions. So. I think it's
that's
not necessarily...
one of those things that I've argued before, that you shouldn't get the community hype for a game if you're not for certain that it's going to get through development. They tend to, release and hype us up, 2-3 years in advance at E3s for games that aren't coming out for a long time, and then they get axed, So maybe they, don't do that, Show us at E3 like maybe 1 year or so beforehand, so that it's actually going to come out. Don't show us, 3 years in advance and then cancel it.
That's true.
Because you're too early in.
BG, what do you think?
As soon as we see it, we want it. So now you already got a hope.
That's true. It's like it looked good.
We're like little kids. You just showed us the newest toy on, and we want it. So don't do that.
BG, what you think about that question? You think that like Xbox is not really considered a game console? What you think?
It's a game console. They're just doing really bad. Bad. It was bad decision making from early on. A lot of mistakes, missteps. They tried to, have quick fixes by releasing games really quickly that were not properly developed, instead of taking the playing the long game and putting more time and money into fewer games that could actually be critically acclaimed and live up to what people want them to be, instead of trying to just get some quick ones out to get rid of the narrative that you don't got no games. They're just having a really bad time. They need a full reset, so next generation could be it's done. There's nothing they can do about this generation. The stain is already there. You can there's nothing you can do. You just need a brand new generation.
Yeah, because they just kind of dropped the ball on that. But that messaging was bad too at the beginning of when Xbox One was announced. Remember that shit where it was just terrible. It was like the always online shit, and Connect fucking sucked, and old boy said that if you want an offline machine, you can get a 360, and it was terrible messaging when Xbox One was announced. So, and it was like since that point, they've never really been able to kind of take a grasp, a hold of things within the industry. So you're right. Maybe they just need to next generation. Pick up, learn from your mistakes, know unique core franchises for your system, and fucking put some money. I mean, Microsoft is not broke by any means. Don't let any of those fucking fanboys tell you that Microsoft is broke. Microsoft is not broke. They got money beyond money beyond money. It's just that they don't make great decisions. And they need to just say, you know what, fuck it. Let's throw some real money at this shit. Let's get a AAA, developer, or try to build us a couple AAA developers for our in-house shit, as well as some of our in-house Microsoft game development teams. And, let's get an RPG out there, and let's get maybe another dope-ass, multiplayer game that you can only play on Xbox or something. I don't need help.
Yeah. They need a lot more new IPs. That's what's hurting them. They don't have enough new IPs. And they're focused too heavily on controllers and little things on the console that don't even matter, like, them rebuilding a whole new avatar system. Like, that's not important. We don't need an avatar system. We want games. We don't need an avatar. I'm never even going to make one.
Why the fuck would I want to watch the NBA Finals on top of the game I'm playing? Like, that was the one thing I couldn't fucking get with either with the Xbox. It was like you can kind of pop another window in while you're gaming, and it's just like I don't want to fucking do this. If I'm watching football, I'm watching football. I'm not gaming it up. You know, I don't want this shit on my screen.
I actually had friends that really enjoyed that feature. They would play their games and then they would have like Netflix or whatever snapped to the side.
It's like
so
I don't know. That's like some ADHD shit. Like, I don't know. It's like I don't need two fucking things of different complexities going at the same time in real time. You know, like I don't know if I need all of that. It's like if I'm gaming it up, I'm definitely all into the game. I'm not trying to, you know, watch fucking Love and Hip Hop and shit while that's on. What else they saying? They said they don't make great decisions. I couldn't agree more. Danny wanted you to watch TV through Xbox and collect data. Yeah, man. Look, Bobby, I know, man. Look, I'm with you, bro. I am a conspiracy theorist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really am. And some of the shit that I have conversations about will alienate a lot of people, especially a lot of friends that I have. You know, you got to be careful, but hit me up on Facebook, man, and we'll talk. You know, we'll if you really woken, if you're a true woken warrior, and I know this ain't game related, but it is though because Xbox did steal your information, and like I said, they got called out on that shit. So I feel you, Bobby, man. I know you're trying to get that word out, man. You just got to put it out there, hope somebody pick up on it, and do their research and see that Microsoft did get sued behind that shit. What else they saying? Last of Us multiplayer is lit. Dude on the right just chilling, playing a game on the podcast. He playing God of War. Oh boy, he said aliens. I'm out. I didn't say aliens, Dre, I didn't say aliens, man. I'm talking real government shit. I'm not talking no fucking tinfoil hat shit. I'm talking real shit. Yeah, so Dre, we can have that conversation too outside of the show. I don't want to scare away the viewers of what the fuck, because if I start spewing that shit, the viewers gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?" Then Terry's box gonna drop out. BG gonna be like, he'll listen for a little bit, then he'll probably drop out. So let's not do that. Let's see what else. I'm just saying facts though. What about X1 was along with trying to be a gaming machine? Well, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, you know, Xbox One is a gaming machine. It's just bad decisions. Bad decisions fuck you up. Look what happened with Nintendo, with Wii U. The Nintendo Wii U was bad fucking decisions. First of all, the name of the system was terrible. Wii U confused the fuck out of parents. They didn't know whether to buy a Wii or Wii U or which one is which. So that made it difficult to buy. That controller was like, I don't know. It just was, the design wasn't there for it to be comfortable enough. Some of the games, you know, it was hard to develop for. They didn't really get the dev kits out in time to a lot of developers for Wii U. It was just bad decisions. And look what happened. Wii U sucked. You know, it didn't really get any publicity, really. It had a few standout games that were pretty fucking amazing. But other than that, you know, it failed. And that's the same thing with Microsoft, Bobby. Microsoft made bad decisions. They didn't reach out to any developers. They're not trying to put out their own type of content. They're not trying to appeal to a base that loves single-player games. A lot of the PR for Microsoft has been fucking terrible. I mean, remember when old boy said that single-player games don't matter or some shit? He was saying games like.
Oh, I hate it when people say single player. Oh my god, like that's like the main thing I play is single player.
Right.
You know, so
and Phil
like,
Spencer said that. He said,
if they take away single player games, I'm not gonna have nothing to play. You know what I mean? That's all I pretty much play are single player games.
Yeah, he was saying that you know, as far as like longevity and relevance, he felt like, you know, it was all about multiplayer and games as a service, but yeah, not so much all the time. For that to happen, the multiplayer got to be real. It got to be real addictive.
Right, it's got to be amazing. Dre and Mike wants to know when you a platinum God of War yet.
I'm not gonna platinum it because maybe if I had played on a lesser difficulty, then maybe I would have. But because I'm so burnt out, the most I'm gonna try to do is kill the Valkyrie Queen, and then I'm done. I'm done. Like forever.
I feel you, man. Sometimes it's just the game gets so stretched out, man. It's like, can I continue? You know, it's like, can I continue playing this shit? Let's see what else is. The only sales that Xbox get is from people who do not do any research. Bobby, man, I know you do not like Microsoft or Xbox right now. I feel that pressure.
So much hate and disdain coming from right now. Like,
Big Mike said BG lost a life.
I love my Xbox. I mean, yeah, they don't have, you know, I have a PlayStation 4 as well, and I use it too, but at the same time, even though I know PlayStation has a lot more games and stuff, I'm still playing my Xbox way more. Because my PlayStation is just an exclusive machine. Anything else, I get it on Xbox.
I don't know.
I just like Xbox more. I like the controller is more comfortable for me to hold. The battery life is 10 times better than the PlayStation's controller. That one's shit. So I mean, that's whatever. You know, I probably charge this damn thing up maybe like once or twice a month. I have to plug my controller in it for the PlayStation every day when I play it. Every day I have to recharge it. So it's pretty shit.
Look, Bobby don't like that because he said
I literally was playing Detroit the other day. I was playing Detroit and I had to plug the controller in mid gameplay because it was already dead because it's a piece of shit.
Wait, that brings up Xbox versus PlayStation. What did the quiet say? Was there ever a podcast where no one brings up Xbox versus PlayStation? I mean, every motherfucking podcast do their shit. I mean, everybody is a. Go ahead, BG.
No, I was just saying.
I do not, Dre. I do not play the PS4 every day. I do not. I play my Xbox every day.
You said
I might play the PS4 once a week, and I'll have the controller fully charged, and then usually within I'm not within. Archer's even saying no because he knows because the only time I play games is when I'm streaming, so they know when I'm playing on when I stream, and I'm pretty much always on Xbox or PC. And I'll do maybe PS4 once a week, and yeah, usually within 4 hours I have to charge the damn thing up after it was already fully charged when I started. 4 hours! It's bullshit.
I like PlayStation 4. I think it's a dope ass machine. I like Nintendo Switch. I think it's a dope ass machine. But as mainly a PC guy, there's no point for me to get an Xbox. Like, honestly, there's literally no point. Like, if I get an Xbox, it's literally just to get it to say I got an Xbox. Like, most games are cross-play between PC and Xbox. All the games that are coming out for, like, an Xbox game is play anywhere. You play it on PC. If you can buy it on PC from the Windows Store. There's probably only I think the only game that really you couldn't play on PC was Halo. Every fucking thing else, though, you could play on PC that was an Xbox game. So there's really no point, There's just really no fucking point, at least for me, to buy it. But, I mean, that's not to say that people who are Xbox fans are, problematic. I feel your pain, because as a PC guy, when Xbox do announce games and they cancel them, I be hyped for that shit. Because I'm like, okay, if Xbox getting it, I'm getting it, like just like with Scalebound, they said it was Xbox PC, then they canceled it, and I fucking cried my ass off in a corner and shit, because I'm like, fuck, I don't get to see this shit in 4K at fucking 120 FPS and shit. Terry, you're being disrespectful right now.
Oh, sorry, I do not like the PlayStation controller. For me, it's too small. I have longer fingers, especially for a female, and it's too fucking small for me. My hands will literally start cramping up when I play it. I absolutely despise this stupid ass touchpad on here. I hate this damn thing so damn much. I want it gone. And the stupid speaker, I have that thing muted. I went into the settings and I turned that damn thing off because it's the worst function in a game. Like, I hate that. It literally pulls the audio away from my headset. Like, fuck that piece of shit.
Damn. Tell us how
I've never found an issue with the PS4 controller. I think it's great.
I've always liked Xbox's swivel sticks, but I've always liked PlayStation's cross pad better. It was like I almost kind of wanted to combine both controllers to make like the ultimate fucking all-in-one controller. Because like Xbox's cross pad is fucking atrocious. Like, don't dare play any fighting games with that motherfucker because you're gonna be shitty as fuck. You know, and you know, PlayStation, you could definitely play fighting games with that controller, no problem. But I don't know, sometimes that spacing on the DualShock swivels are a little close. I think they're a little close. It's like if they could be a little further apart. That's why I like Xbox controller swivel sticks, because the swivel sticks are a little further apart. But you know, if you could, like I say, combine both of the fucking controllers, you had like the best controller in the world and shit. Xbox is trash, PS4 is life. Shut up, John. Let's see. Big Mike said Terry is an alien. All right. So they don't believe you exist because you say you don't like this PlayStation controller.
I really do not like that controller. I really don't.
I know, man. Dre, my age is showing. Yes, I still call them swivel sticks. So yes, my fucking age is showing. I'll go ahead and do that one too. I'll do you this one, Dre, because I know you always love. I'll take that one. Yes, I call them fucking swivel sticks. Let's see. That PS4 controller is dope. I'm pretty sure they're thinking about making Anthem Xbox exclusive, or just Xbox will exclusive content for Anthem. I don't think so. You know, that's EA, so it's like money. And if Microsoft isn't shelling no real motherfucking money for Anthem to keep it exclusive for Xbox, they not going to keep it exclusive.
That would be, you know, great if they could make that an exclusive. That would be so good for Microsoft, especially if the game does well.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's kind of up in the air. No one knows if Anthem's going to be amazing or if it's going to be shit. Like, I'm hoping it's going to be amazing, and if Xbox corners that one, it'd be great. They need it.
Pretty fucking dope. Yeah, it'd be pretty fucking dope if they did that shit. Then it's like, oh, okay, Xbox, you throwing your goddamn money around. You know what I'm saying? Let's throw some money around instead of bullshitting. Let's see here. Look, it's Dre. I know, man. Look, I took a life. See, Dre thinks I never take lives for myself. You know what I'm saying? But I do. Like I said, you know.
You took, like, what, 2 from yourself already today?
Already today. I got 4 left, and I don't want to do this fucking punishment. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do it.
That's the punishment.
It's cringe karaoke for today. And audience get to choose the fucking song. So I'm not... And the audience is...
Yeah, they'll make you sing something stupid like, you know, Pineapple Pen.
Pineapple Pen. And I'm not fucking doing that shit. Even though I will have to.
Or Barbie Girl. That's another one I love, is freaking Barbie Girl.
You don't want to see no big dude with a fro singing Barbie Girl. You don't want to see that shit. Let's see. PS4 controller is amazing. I was mind blown the first time I used it. Quiet. When I first used it, I was like, oh, okay, I love the rumble and shit like that. I thought it was pretty fucking dope. Bobby says, plastic cheat feeling offset, non-symmetrical stick trash controller for real. Damn, man. Tell us how you really feel, man. Shit, Bobby.
He needs some milk.
Bobby needs some
the one pro I can give a PlayStation controller is it's a lot lighter than the Xbox controller. That's the only pro I can give it. Everything else about it, I prefer the Xbox controller more.
Big Mike says, Quiet wants to hear me sing. No, you don't want to hear me fucking sing. I sound like a broken catalytic converter. Let's see. Dre Alex said, damn, if you start to sing, I will dislike and report this podcast. Dre, fuck you, man. Serenade Dre? Hell no. Hell no. Fuck you, Big Mike. I'm not doing that shit. What else? What else? I thought I seen another question here too. Terry's an alien. Somebody got exposed. What else? All right. I think this. He said Mike pause. Yeah, fuck that, Dre, man. Just straight pause the shit out of Mike, please. All right. So I think we're gonna do our final round. BG, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but our final round is you can kind of vent anything with the gaming industry or even something just personal. But you get a chance to vent. You can say your piece. We can't interrupt you. We can't say you're wrong or right, no matter what subject or what you're triggered about this week. And you can choose to be in final round or not. I always try to step in the final round because I'm always triggered. But you're welcome to join me if you like.
Just whatever I want to say.
Whatever you want to say. We can't say you're wrong. We cannot disagree with you. We can't interrupt you. You get your piece, say your piece about whatever. Even if something you disagree with us. Oh, hold on. We gotta do this first. Let's do this first. Okay. Let's welcome Danny and BG in the
final round.
Go, BG.
The Witcher's overrated. Fallout's overrated. Persona's overrated. Yakuza's low-key trash. What else? Crash Team Racing is better than Mario Kart. Anything Kojima tweets, people go insane, even though it's not that impressive. Sonic was never a good game. I think I'm done, and yeah, I think I'm done.
All right. What you said got me triggered, so I'm gonna disagree with some stuff. Sonic was amazing. What else? Witcher 3 is one of the greatest RPGs. What else? Well, that's really all I had to kind of disagree with you with. I think you said Mario Kart had me fucked up. But Mario
I actually agreed with that.
No, but fuck you, Terry. You know what I'm saying?
I thought CTR was better too. I'm sorry.
No. Okay. My triggeredness is actually with all these leaks. I'm just sick of the fucking leaks. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just hold off. Let's be surprised. Let's wait till the actual fucking show. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just cool it with all these goddamn leaks. I'm sick of this shit. You know, you go to Facebook and you're scared to look at any of these game groups and shit, like Mike, because Mike will post fucking photos of games and leaks and all kind of shit and spoil it for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's real hard out there, especially being like a person in media too. It's even harder out there not to cover the leaks and shit. So I just want to say, stop with the fucking leaks, please. You know, just chill out. They're gonna announce shit. E3's around the fucking corner. We can hold off until then. Let us podcasts have prediction shows. God damn it! You know, stop killing our motherfucking vibe with that shit. You know, I still want to do a prediction show. So I don't know, but that was my little triggered moment. That's all I had. I just had a tiny bit of triggeredness today, not a super lot. So, and that was BG and Danny in
final round.
All right, so that is the end of our show. BG, man, thank you for coming out and chilling out with us today, man.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad you came out, man.
I think you woke him up a little bit there.
I did. Okay. But,
you did a double take.
Now, I was telling BG earlier in our pre-call about what the show was supposed to be. It was supposed to be the Wheel of Misfortune. So you almost saw, because more than likely somebody would have ended up singing. and you probably would have saw BG trying to sing. But he actually, he dodged that bullet today because I'm going to push that show back. So, but hopefully he'll come back on if he's brave enough. I'm calling you out right now. If he's brave enough, he can come back on our show and try to test his fortitude with our Wheel of Misfortune. If not, BG will be exposed. So,
yeah, I got all the sound effects on deck.
Player One Coffee. Shouts out to Player One Coffee. I can't say it enough. Go ahead and support them. That is a true gamer-centric company. All their flavors are game-centric. They promote on a lot of gamer sites. Hell, they're one of our sponsors. So they actually reach out to some of the smaller like streamers and media personnel too, and that's great too. They don't have like an air about them where they feel like if you don't have enough fucking views, they won't reach out. So I love that about them. You know what I'm saying? That's just a true, genuine company that loves gamers and they love what they do with coffee. So check out Player One Coffee. You can follow us everywhere. BG, what I want you to do is give us a little bit of outro. Tell everybody where they can follow you, the Weapon Wheel, and where they can find you next.
Just type in Weapon Wheel Podcast on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play. We're on all of those things. And we're live on Sundays at 6 p.m., 6:30 pretty much. So yeah, check us out, Weapon Wheel Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at Weapon Wheel Pod. Check me out.
For sure. And I will add all of his links that you can get with him in the description below when I edit the video. So I will get all of that added so you can follow him. You can follow us everywhere. Of course, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Pornhub. Like I said, pornhub.com/the-platform live. You can check out our HD skin flicks there. You can follow me on the YouTube page if you want to. You can holler at me on Facebook, Twitter. Just reach out to the platform. Cool Cat Terri, you can catch her stream. She streams like every day, kinda.
It is every day, dude. Yeah, I stream on my Twitch every weeknight at 6 p.m. Central. Except for Fridays, the night I do an earlier show, so that way I can be here.
For sure. And we appreciate it, So we made it, we survived. Yeah. All right, so that's the show for this week. Catch us next week. I don't know. Like I said, I want to do the Wheel of Misfortune next week, but then I don't know. It just depends on how our roster look. The fewer people, the worse it is for everyone. So I don't want them fucking, the misfortunes to keep coming back, sick, nasty and shit. When it's only 3 or 4 of us and we fucking getting wrecked by all these goddamn misfortunes. So I want to make sure we got a good, juicy show for next week. So yeah, check us out next week, 9 p.m. Eastern time. You can also get us on iTunes. We're also on, I think, Castbox or something like that. And we're also on Google Play. So check us out there if you are interested. Hit that follow, sub, follow us everywhere. And hell, I think that's it. Did I miss anything, Terri? I usually miss shit.
No, I think you got pretty much everything, yeah.
Okay.
Facebook, we got the Twitch channel, we got the YouTube channel, we got the Patreon.
Yeah, your Patreon, all of that shit. So follow us, follow BG, check out Weapon Wheel, and we are fucking out. Peace out.
Later, y'all.
Later.